Boys, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you all. I'm AKS and I help people and young entrepreneurs make money on the side through reselling. And that's whether if you work a 9 to 5 or you got some other business venture, you need a bit of income, or you're in school full time and you need a bit of side money to go hang out with the boys or to shout your girlfriend, nice dinner date or something. I'm here to help you with all that. So, earn 2K a month whilst working a 9 to 5. And this is my journey. So I earn 2K a month roughly from reselling whilst working a 9 to 5. So I literally work 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. every single weekday. And yeah, that's how I managed to create content and do decent amount in sales for reselling. So quite proud of myself in a way, but I wanted to not brag, but more inspire you guys and show you guys that it can happen if you are willing to put in the work. And I know it's like a corny saying, like putting in the work, but like yeah, it's got to be done. We've got to be out here hustling if we want to earn a bit of extra cash. And I'm going to show you how I got started basically and how you can do the same. But before we get started on my story, I just want to talk about my Discord as well. That's been growing really nicely. I think it's got about 80 members now. And I help you guys one-to-one in there. So if you need help with anything reselling related, anything at all, just let me know. I'll take time out of my day to send you some voice recordings and some stuff like that. I taught this guy KZR He was asking about some stuff in NZ and I gave him a bit of advice. And yeah, basically just laid out the plan for him, the foundation for him to get started personally and what I would do if I was in this situation. So, without further ado, let's get into the story. So day one of reselling, I was like a lot of you guys, so probably not even as experienced as some of you guys. So some of you probably resold before. These are quite niche videos based on like just reselling. I don't talk about anything else, just reselling. And so, yeah, you guys probably know what your first day was like reselling. You probably saw something on TikTok where it was like, oh yeah, AirPods, start selling AirPods or whatever, some crap or whatever like that. And you're probably like intrigued by that. Ooh, they look really cool. And you went out a look. But yeah, my first order, like many people, was AirPods. And plenty of people still selling that today. These were and still are the most popular item to sell. Many people say they are saturated. So people say don't sell AirPods for this certain reason because they're saturated. I agree, don't sell AirPods, but I disagree that you shouldn't sell them because it's saturated. If it's saturated, it means it's a good product. So if it's saturated, it means there's a lot of demand. And by consequence, they're saturated because they sell, basically. But I don't like selling AirPods because the software's shitty. They don't really work half the time. And yeah, it's not a good feeling when someone hits you up and says, hey, my things aren't working. And you have to sell them as real to like really sell them too. If you want to make good profit margins at least. So not worth it in my opinion, just stick to clothes and that sort of thing. Yeah, so that was day one, and that's my boy Kevin, my AirPod plugs, who helped me from the start. Right, so this was my first ever order of AirPods, 20th of July 2023, just a little over a year ago, and it was a big baller play by me. I ordered 20 pairs on my first go. A lot of you guys probably got like 1 or 2 pairs, or maybe like 5. I thought I was the big G and ordered 20 in one go. And as you can see, I spent $256 US, which is probably about close to 400 Australian dollars, which is quite a substantial investment for your first time reselling, my friends. So yeah, I thought I was a big baller. I definitely made my money back, but it was very slow. And it was a very arduous, if that's a word, I think that's a word, and strenuous process. I will explain my first sale too. So my first sale ever, sold them as real. I took them to the Apple store, said they were fake. He had my phone number. Not a very pleasant time. So from then on, I was selling them as fakes. And probably the best thing that ever happened to me, I would sell them at school to my mates for like $50. People were telling people through word of mouth, and it was super cool. And that's how I got a bunch of sales, just selling to mates. But obviously, some of them fucked up and they didn't work. So I had to replace them and get refunds or whatever. And I wasn't going to dog my mates like that. So we had to do that stuff. And yeah, it was a very odd sort of process. So the next couple of months, I decided to, for some reason, to order some more earphones. I think this was only about 5 pieces. Can't see like the actual price, but it was about $70 I was checking before. And then the next month, in 22nd of August, so less than a year ago, I ordered some JBL speakers, and I still have today somewhere in my room. It doesn't work though, and I sold one for $110, and yeah, that did really well too. Well, not really well. I sold one, but I made my money back. I got a profit or break even at least. So, but this was just baby steps. This was just like testing the waters. But my first real sort of breakthrough is with the old colognes. Now, as you can see, I spent $163. I believe I got 2 Tom Ford Oud Woods. Test my memory. 1 million. Like this one here. This is a real one though. Versace Eros. Man. And a Creed, something, one of the Creed ones, I forget it. Creed Spring Mountain Water or some bullshit, I don't know. One of those two. But yeah, Cologne did really well for me. Like seriously, it did super well. Sold them on eBay for a good chunk of price. But yeah, Cologne was my first real breakthrough. I don't sell Cologne again, or at the moment obviously, and probably never will. But yeah, that was on the 9th of September 2023 is my first Cologne order. And I sold them roughly, yeah, through the months of September, probably till about December, maybe, January this year. So, stopped selling them quite a while ago, but to this day, one of the biggest and eye-opening things for me in reselling. But then I went rogue again, boys. I went back on the AirPod train like a madman, which you shouldn't do. $170. I think it was about 10 pairs it might have been. And yeah, not good, boys, not good. We don't want to be selling AirPods. And to this day, I still have a bunch just sitting in there that I haven't really sold. I think I have 1 pair left, but I've gone through about 6 pairs myself because I always keep losing them. I use the Rep AirPods myself. But yeah, moving on. Another small breakthrough is the Oakley Sutro sunglasses, my number 1 product on eBay. I was recommended this by another dude in a reselling Discord server a while ago, and he said, please don't steal my product idea. And I thought, no, I won't. And then a couple of weeks later, I was like, that was a really good idea. I'm going to see if this works. Ordered like 5 in, sold super quick. I was right on that stuff, right on it. So as you can see there, I ordered that on the 25th of October in 2023. And my last order for these was sometime in January, so I haven't sold them for a while, but for quite a substantial period of time, I did sell these. So really good. All right. Now this was another like a transition sort of period, and I ain't talking trannies. I'm talking from function to status replicas. All right. Now transitioning from function to status replicas, you might not even know what the hell that function means. So function I define as like replicas that you need to like work, that serve a greater purpose than the brand. So like AirPods, for example, they might be Apple, but you need them to actually work, okay? Whereas with like a item of clothing or an accessory like this Goyard thing, yeah, it's a card holder, it's gonna do its thing anyway. The big thing here is the brand. I could have any card holder, but the brand is the big thing here. So it's a status symbol. And as long as the thing looks good and it looks like it's a real sort of thing, one-to-one, then that's alright. Whereas with AirPods and things like that, functional replicas, things that serve an actual function, you need them to look one-to-one and work one-to-one. Otherwise, you're in strife. So it's far more easier, I believe, to sell like clothes and status reps. I've coined it. So yeah, I went on a big frenzy, right? So that was my first order for people who wanted status reps. So my mum I been buying stuff on Panda Buy throughout this time. Throughout the time I was selling like other stuff, like the AirPods, and I was just buying stuff for myself really. And I bought like a little nice bag for myself. Showed my mum. She's like, "Oh, that looks nice." She took a picture of it, showed her friends, and her friend wanted to buy some stuff, so you test me out. And so, yeah, her friend ordered a bunch of stuff, $386 worth. And if you double that, that's how much I probably would have made off that. So I would have made about $380. What's that, like 760 in revenue? So not bad at all. Not bad at all for a first time. And there's a bunch of stuff here that I'm not showing, but it's all this LV stuff pretty much, and some Dior things. And that really opened my eyes as well. That was my first time experience like an actual like sort of like client. And I thought, you got to have good service, good communication. Got to find the products, get QC photos, show the person, confirm the orders, all that sort of stuff. And B was actually like delivering the product in high quality. And that's the two things I've found to this day that still work and that serve me for my current clients, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. So, as you can see here, started all in October of last year. So what's that? Freaking 10 months ago. 10 months ago. And then, yeah, peaked in November and slowly fizzled down as Panda Buy started to die, unfortunately. RIP. But, as you can see, our peak month there, we spent $1,500 on Panda Buy. And admittedly, I was buying a few things for myself, but I've mainly sold all of them now. So if you double that, that's probably how much I made in total from this investment, which is pretty good. And I would say like 75% of that would be for clients, spending it on bags, luxury purses and that. And that's really where this idea of like luxury sort of like brands and that sort of started to come around for me, and when I got my first ideas to sell the stuff I am now. But yeah, moving on. Back on the Oakley Citros. So, got another few in. Started of January, started of the year. I might mention that I did take a bit of a break over the December to, or was it early January? So I think this was just as I started work, just as I started my 9 to 5. I think I started on the 13th of January this year. But yeah, a week after I got into the 9 to 5, I was like, I need some more money, boys. I ain't getting paid enough. I gotta start reselling again. And I had been a month in Indonesia, so I hadn't been doing any reselling at all. So I was a bit rusty. I lied. I did make a few sales while I was overseas, and my mum posted it for me, so that was kind of sick. But yeah. And then we get to RIP Panda Buy. No more taking orders for my mum's clients, or my clients, but my mum's friends. So I couldn't get any more bags. I didn't know where to get the bags from now. Panda Buy was gone. What was I going to do? So I stagnated for a few months. So over when did it get shut down? March. So over March, April, May, pretty much I was sort of stagnant with my reselling. So for the next few months I didn't do anything with reselling. By this point I'd learned a lot. And I made a decent amount of money, so you guys would have seen I've been making pretty good money. I would have made about probably like 5k being realistic. 10k revenue. So I'm just going to always just base my stuff around 50% profit margins, because that's probably what it is. And during this time I tried to do various other business models to no success. So like, typical copywriting, drop shipping, that's on my early YouTube videos, a bunch of other stuff. I couldn't even tell you, bro. Couldn't even tell you. Yeah, mind you, last year I had been in school, like doing that full time or whatever. So I hadn't just been reselling like exclusively last year. I've always had something else going on, something major going on in my life that isn't reselling. So I don't spend all my days reselling. I don't spend my days in the city selling AirPods on the street corners. Alright, boys, I've always got something going on. So that's why I specify at the start of the video that if you got like a 9 to 5 or a job as like a school, this is perfect for you because it relates to me too. Exactly how I've done it. So why I came back. This is why I came back, was, and why I'm going harder than ever at reselling. So I realized the only way I've made good money was via reselling, in particular having customers. I thought to myself when I was doing some like BS dropshipping or some BS copywriting, I thought, Bro, the only business I've actually tried that's actually worked has been reselling. It's the only one that's worked. And I had plenty of stuff lying around from Panda by Hall, so I started selling that. So this is my first listing back into the reselling game. Around this time, I started my YouTube. I thought I'm going to showcase my dropshipping journey. That lasted about 2 or 3 videos. And we moved on to reselling, and I decided to do like a 10K month challenge, which I'll mention in a second. But yeah, it's my first listing back, so on the 5th of May 2024. Kobe Bryant high school jersey, and I sold that within a couple of days for like $30, and I thought, here we go, boys, we're back on the straight path there, making the first little bit of money. You might be thinking, $30, mate, who cares about that? But boys, it's every time you like take a break from reselling and you come back to it and you make like your first sale, it's eye-opening again, boys. It makes you feel jovial, gets you pumped up, gets you excited. It's that first little bit of money. Oh, I'm not sure what the fuck happened there. I'm backwards. Starting YouTube. So as I said, I started the 10K challenge in hopes of kicking off my dropshipping journey. Spoiler, left that in like 3 weeks. So I had to find a way to make 10K. So reselling it was. So dropshipping wasn't working. So I doubled down on the freaking, on the reselling. So I resold like a madman for this next period of time. So probably from about May to when I went away to, what was that, mid-June, I just hustled like a madman, boys. Hustled like Ricky Rolls. So I started, I think this is my first proper like hype sort of item sale. And it was a $50 Bay Putty. It was like size extra small, literally. I bought it for this kid last year in my school. Little faggot, but he didn't want it. So I had a couple other things. So I had this polo Ralph Lauren sweater. I had some stuff lying around that I still hadn't sold. Trapstar tracksuit that I barely ever wore. And it's kind of gay, to be honest. And yeah, basically accumulated a bit of money. Did some, like, I literally drove like freaking Gold Coast, freaking everywhere to just get like a little bit of cash for a little bit of stuff. And then, like how my thing is structured in the Discord, boys, first investment is one of the courses in my reselling thing in the Discord. And so my first real investment was like into all these G'd up hoodies. So I got this, traded this for the Trapstar tracksuit, sold this at 120. Had the Trapstar tracksuit listed for 70. Right? Bought these G'd up hoodies for 150 for both of them. Sold them for 380, or might have been 400 in the end. So doubled that. Got this. I did a bad trade for that. But yeah, a bunch of G'd up stuff, and it was my first real breakthrough product. Well, not first breakthrough product, but it was a really good stepping stone for me. And because this is real, these are all real as well, boys. These ain't reps. So it just shows you can make money reselling through real stuff as well. It doesn't have to be reps. I never said you have to do reps. It's just what I do because I tell people that they're reps, and that's what's most in demand. Now, this was a real eye-opening product, alright? So listed on the 8th of June. The 8th of June, I think I went away roughly on the 17th, 18th of June. 18th of June, so I had 10 days to sell this thing. Now, this was actually my mum's bag. It's a messenger bag I'd bought for myself. I thought it was a bit big, and I gave it to my mum, and she wore it for a bit and didn't really like it. So she gave it back to me and said, you can sell it or whatever. I thought, yeah, why not? I'll sell it. I've got to make that 10K somehow. And so, yeah, listed that up. Boys, when I tell you, I know it says 15 clicks on listings. This shit went ballistic. Even though, because it was $100. I got like 40 messages from this in like a week. Something like ridiculous. Ridiculous. My phone was blowing up like crazy. And yeah, sold it for like 150, so I actually upped the price to 150. And that was super sick as well. And that was a real eye-opener for me too. And yeah. And I literally have 4 of these sitting over there right now, which I sell still to this day, because it's a great product. Got them up for $250 each. And I reckon we can get $250 for them. I'm keen to sell them, boys. Right, my big day out. So this was the day before I went away to New Zealand. I remember it because I woke up very early, like 5 a.m, went and did a sale 50 kilometers away, like 6 a.m, 7 a.m, for these. So the morning trade was a Gucci bag. I traded Three, three pairs of Jordans, kind of stupidly. Three pairs of Jordans, four Gucci bag, which I still have over there. It's trash. It is straight trash. I don't even check it. I'm so dumb. LV bag, that was nice. And an LV belt, which was really nice. And that night at 10 p.m., keeping in mind I had a flight the next morning at like 6 a.m., I sold this bathing ape hoodie, G'd up jacket, my precious Goya duffel bag, which I kind of regret selling, and that same LV bag from that day that I've just got for $420 in one go. And that was eye-opening. A $420 sale. I couldn't believe it in one day. Thought that's genuinely insane. Probably 300 profit too, because I didn't get that stuff for like a lot. That was like $30, $20. That was from like trades from like shoes, which fucking I don't even know how much I got that for. Like hardly anything, because I got it off a guy ages ago. And I thought, that's crazy, boys. That was crazy. That was eye-opening for me. 420 in one day, and I thought, imagine you could do that every single day. There's a possibility you can. I know I can do that. So since I got back from MZ, I've been killing it, boys. Like I've been trying so hard. So I got back on like July 1st, maybe a bit after, and it's the 8th of August now, so about a month and a bit. I've probably done roughly 2 to 3K in the month, which I'm really happy with. That's revenue, by the way, not profit. So about a grand and a half profit. And now I have about 7 clients who like order off me frequently, so I'm happy with that, boys. I've been hustling like Ricky Rolls over here, like Ricky Rolls. But yeah, that's pretty much my journey basically. And this is what I reckon the path looks like for all of us. Okay, so we all start here, right? So I didn't make this graph, I just got it off the internet, but it sort of suits perfectly. So we start down here, and let's just pretend this is like half a month, so there's like a dot there, month and a half, 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months. So I'm about 3 months in, so from May, when I started really going hard at this shit, right? 3 months in. And it matches up perfectly with the 3K a month, so just pretend there's a dot there, that's 2K, 3K. And as you can see, boys, it compounds, because as you get more and more capital, you can invest more, and the more you can sell. And who knows? 4.5 months. So what? October? Mid-September? Who knows, boys? I might be at freaking 7K a month. Imagine that. 7K a month revenue, 3.5K profit month. God damn, I could quit my job, boys. I could quit my job. That's why I'm going hard at this, boys, because I know this can happen. I know it can happen for you too. You guys are only just back here. You can catch up to me, boys. Boys, if you struggle, mate, you guys could start freaking. You guys might already be up here. You guys could just be behind me. Like, boys, I reckon we can all do it, boys. I reckon you start today, boys. 3 months from now, you'll be doing just as well as me. If you join the Discord, get some help from the guidance. Because I had no one. I had no one when I started. Well, I did have a few people, but that server kind of died. But I worked some of the stuff out on my own, and I want to pass on that knowledge to young guys like you. And that's all for free, by the way. You can talk to me for free in the Discord. I'm not going to fucking ghost you if you don't fucking pay up. But nah, for real. If you guys want help, want to start the same journey as me, and if you watch to the end of this video, because I've just been yapping the whole time, and it's not very entertaining, the video, it's just like my story. Yeah. Join the Discord, boys, because you guys would be a perfect fit. And yeah, you're only that far away from getting a 3K month, 4K month, 5K month, 10K month. You never know, boys. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you watching to the end. And I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.